Secretlab just announced the MAGNUS Pro, and it's the desk everybody wishes Secretlab had launched in 2021. And by popular demand, it's got one big upgrade guaranteed to lift your spirits. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room here. Just moments before this video was published, Secretlab publicly announced the MAGNUS Pro, which is their updated version of their desk that launched in 2021. And here I am with that very same desk already set up. So yes, Secretlab did send me this desk ahead of time to review, but that's it. It's not sponsored by them. I can criticize this desk as much as I want. And yes, I do have complaints. And they, just like you, are seeing this video for the first time. So with that out of the way, let me save you some time and tell you right now, not gonna make you wait till the end, the Secretlab MAGNUS Pro, this desk we're talking about today, despite my complaints, it is one of, if not the best, sit-to-stand desks money can buy. The only group of people I would caution about this desk is streamers, which is kind of a big deal considering the audience of Secretlab, but I'll dig more into that in just a minute. So let's back up and look at what's new with this desk. The major theme of the MAGNUS desk in 2021 was easy cable management, and that remains the focus with the MAGNUS Pro, which is what they're calling this year's desk. Just like the original model, this year's desk has a built-in cable management tray that you can easily access either directly from the back or by opening and closing the rear cover from the top. The advantage of this is that you can easily switch out cables without having to move your desk out from the wall, but that does come at a cost. Secretlab will market this desk as having a depth of about 27.6 inches, but that's including the access door on the back, which you need to leave empty so that you can open it, which means the true depth of this desk, just like last year, is 23 inches. That's still plenty of space for a nice setup, but it can get crowded a little bit quicker. One small but really cool thing they added was built-in cable routing channels to both sides of the desk. So now when you run cables to the front of your desk, like headphones, microphone, even a charging cable for your phone, all of that can just run through the bottom of your desk unseen, which is pretty dang cool. But the biggest cable management addition by far this year is how your setup is powered. Last year's solution was pretty cool. Your power strip could sit inside of the cable management tray, and then you would run some type of extension cable down the leg to your outlet, and then you could purchase these magnetic sheaths that would snap to the leg and hide the cable. Well, this year, Secretlab took it to a whole new level and has built the power supply into the desk leg. Since you've already got to plug your desk in to power the motorized legs, which we'll talk about in just a second, why not extend that power up to the cable management tray? That's exactly what they did. So now inside of your tray is an outlet that you can plug your power strip into. While you shouldn't have any problems powering even pretty complex setups, in the event that you do hook up too many high power devices, the desk does have a built-in circuit breaker that will trip if you are demanding too much power rather than fry your devices. So to restore power, if that does happen, just go down to the bottom of the desk, hit that reset button, and you are good to go. One thing this solution doesn't address is connecting to Ethernet. It would have been nice to allow for additional cables, such as an Ethernet cable, to run up the inside leg to the tray, but you can't. So what you end up having is an Ethernet cable that just kind of dangles. And this is a problem that every sit-to-stand desk has, but when Secretlab says that they've built this desk with gamers in mind, who happen to be the group of people that are the most adamant about having a wired internet connection, and then they even solve the power supply issue, it makes me wonder how on earth they missed this part, which would have been such an easy solution for them. So enough references to the motorized features of this desk, let's actually take a deeper look. Like many of the premium sit-to-stand desks on the market today, this desk comes with a dual motor system that powers up to 265 pounds of crap that you can put on top of your desk. Hopefully not literal crap, but you know what I mean. Now, to put that in perspective, your typical PC tower is gonna weigh anywhere from 20 to 50 pounds. A good sized gaming monitor is gonna weigh 15 to 20 pounds, and those are gonna be your heaviest items. So even on the high end with a beefy PC and 2 monitors, you're looking at 90 pounds plus the remaining accessories on your desk. So you're gonna have no problem holding the weight for your typical gaming setup. At the lowest point, this desk will go all the way down to 650 millimeters off the ground, which is super low. I've never had a desk this low. So in fact, while I was recording this, I had it go down to the lowest, not realizing how low it was, and it started to crush my thighs. So if you are a shorter person who's had beef with desks in the past, including last year's Secretlab desk, this is a big plus for you. And this thing can go way up as well, 1,250 millimeters, which I'm 6'3". That is higher than I would ever use. So if you are a tall person, this is also a great desk for you. And all of this is controlled via the built-in control panel, which is easily the best looking panel I've ever seen on a desk. This sits flush with the edge of the desk, and you can even disable the touch panels so you don't accidentally adjust your desk while you're kind of moving around, leaning over and stuff like that. And like most sit-to-stand desks, you can have up to 3 custom preset heights. Now you might say, why on earth would a gaming desk need a sit-to-stand function? Because nobody wants to game while standing up. Well, first off, I'll bet you there are people who are watching this who actually do like to game standing up, maybe even occasionally. But more realistically, most people are using their gaming desks for things outside of gaming. And since 2020, we're seeing more people than ever work full-time from home. So being able to invest in a good desk that can give you a great gaming experience, but also be better for your health, it just makes sense for a lot of people to invest in something like this. Now, speaking of making sense, there's something about this desk that makes absolutely no sense, and it's my biggest complaint by far. This was a major problem with their first desk, and it's a major problem with this desk. They didn't solve it. I'm talking about the ability to mount items to your desk, which if you're using this desk for streaming, it's going to complicate things. Let's take Elgato products, for example. I'm using the ring light here, but they all use the same mount. If I want to have this mounted behind my monitor, I can't mount it to the very back because that panel needs to be able to open. And if I try to mount it inside, it doesn't fit. In fact, it doesn't even fit on the back. And even if it did, it would be near impossible to tighten it because the cable tray blocks pretty much all the access for your hand to get in there. You can't even mount it to the side because the cable routing channels are in the way. This was also an issue people were having with mounting monitors on the original desk. Well, Secretlab is now starting to address this with the release of their own monitor mounts. They're gonna have a single and a double available, and honestly, it's a really great mount. They sent out the double for me, a ton of flexibility on this thing. Perhaps in the near future, they will sell basic mounts that you can attach cameras and lights to, but that will still be yet another purchase you will have to make that you would not need to make with your typical desk. Hence why I say this is an awesome desk for just about anybody except streamers who rely on mounting equipment to their desk. Now, one accessory that they have announced that unfortunately I do not have here on me is the PC mount. And this will let you mount your tower underneath your desk, which not only looks awesome, but it frees up a ton of desk space. The model that Secretlab sent me is their 59-inch length table, but they are also going to have an XL model that's 70 inches wide for an additional $150 USD. Personally, I would just purchase the 59-inch table and then grab the PC mount, assuming they don't put a ridiculous price tag on it. And then you're going to have a lot more room on your setup, and you should save a little bit of money doing that. I can't imagine they're gonna charge $150 for a PC mount. I'm gonna laugh if they actually do. The other accessory I'll just quickly mention is their magnetic RGB light strip, which is similar to the one they launched last year, but they have since partnered with Nanoleaf, a company who does this as their main thing, to make a much better one, and it adds a nice accent to the desk. If you already are like into the Nanoleaf ecosystem, then this simplifies your lighting setup, easier to justify the spend. Otherwise, I would say just go to Amazon, buy yourself a cheap RGB strip, grab some cheap magnets, get some hot glue, you got yourself a magnetic RGB strip. What the hell was that sound? Outside of all that, you're gonna see a lot of the same stuff you saw in last year's desk. It's made of steel, which allows for magnetic accessories that I would say are less necessary this year than they were last year, which is a compliment to Secretlab. And what appears to be the same magnetic desk mat that goes over the top. And of course, the same great build and packaging quality that Secretlab is known for having. And I will say, setting up this desk may seem intimidating at first, considering it ships in 2 boxes instead of 1, and that's not including any accessories that you may order, but it's actually really easy. They say 15-minute setup on the box. Maybe if you already know what to do. Otherwise, I'd say 20-25 minutes you'll have this thing done, and that's taking your time. Now, because I've made this video before launch, I don't have all the pricing details on me, so definitely refer to the links I have in the description. But Secretlab did tell me that the desk that I have will sell for $799 USD, which is $250 more than the original Magnus desk. And if you want the larger one, that is going to be $949. Yes, there are certainly more affordable sit-to-stand desks out there, but when you factor in the build quality of the desk, the material that they use, the fact that this thing has built-in power and amazing cable management, you compare that to other premium desks out there which lack a lot of these features, it makes the Magnus Pro desk a worthy desk of consideration for those who are looking to invest in a nicer desk for their setup, especially if you're looking for a sit-to-stand desk. Now, I do go into more detail with some of these magnetic accessories over on my last video, which you can check out right here. Let me know what you think about this desk though down in the comments. Otherwise, enjoy that video, whatever that was.